Hey, welcome to the Backyard Professor Chess videos. Uh-oh. It's not quite the right. I'm hogging all the, I'm hogging all the camera. Camera hog, that'll be me. Take a bow, dude. Yeah, whatever. Get on with the game already. Oh, hold it. I gotta tell you who's playing. Don't get so anxious. Is my hair fine? Do I have my makeup on and all that? Whatever. Hey, this is quite a game. No kidding. That time when Max Euwe beat Alexander Alekhine. And I mean, he just outplayed Alekhine. Very rare. No kidding. This is pure bragging rights. This was played in 1926. I get this game out of the book by Tartakower and Dumont, 500 Master Games of Chess. Sensational collection of chess games. This particular edition is by Dover. It's an older book. Dover published it in first edition 1975. Unabridged, unaltered reduplication of the work first published in 1952. So there you have it. Anyway, great collection of games. Wonderful little game here. I want to share this with you because you're going to see something that you don't see all the time. And I'll make note of it after we get into this a little bit. D5 and C4. An interesting stab, isn't it? And then Alekhine is the black, Euwe is the white. Alekhine advances the pawn again. He said, go ahead, horse, take it. Take it, come on. I double dog dare you. Take it, man. Make my day. Take that center pawn. And Euwe said, look, dude, your pawn is of no consequence. I like this one. Right? So Alekhine says, ha! Let me show you how to play chess. And Euwe says, oh yeah? Well, take that, smarty pants. Alekhine said, phew, guffaw. There's the real move right there. And Euwe goes, that doesn't mean nothing, man. I'm past your attack. B5. And Alekhine says, oh yeah, smart Alec. Take that, C5. And Euwe goes, no consequence. E takes the D pawn. And then Alekhine says, I'm going to bring out the big boys. Enough of the peons. And Euwe says, not so fast, Tex. I don't know if he was from Texas or not, was he? Alekhine, Texas? Yeah, no. He wasn't from Texas. D3! Yeah, baby. And then Alekhine goes, well, I've had enough of your saucy pawn moves. I'm going to take one, too. You can take one. I can take one. So there. We're even, pal. And Euwe goes, no. We're not even. I want to do another pawn move. I'm liking this pawn moves. And in the first 8 moves of the game, we have seen 13 pawn moves. Now, understand something. They're grandmasters by now. Both Euwe and Alekhine. Alekhine is approaching. He's not quite at his pinnacle, but he is no slouch here. Euwe, I mean, they were rivals. They swapped back and forth the World Championship in later years. These are not amateurs playing amateur hour for those of us who want to figure out how the heck to play checkers. This is a genuine game of chess, no kidding. It's just a rather unique way to... And the book says, in a way, Alekhine was trying too hard to make complications. And Euwe was just playing solid. G3 and now knight D7. Alekhine did not play weird either. I mean weak, I should say. He played weird, but he didn't play weak. And now knight C5. What a post, yeah? And now knight B3. What a response. So far, all of the action really truly is just total queenside. Really interesting. I'll bet Nimzovich was giggling when he saw this. He said, oh, these idiots, they don't even know that they should be working in the center, not the side. Neither one of these guys gave a flying flip about Nimzovich. And obviously, with all the pawn moves, they'd never heard of Jeremy Silman before. Of course, then this was before Silman was a Twinkie in his mama's eye, so that makes sense. But what a game! What a game! And once he moved the knight, then queen b6. So we're talking total queenside here. This is just remarkable how. And Euwe takes Aлекhine's knight, and the queen will. So Euwe exchanged the knight, lessens the pressure somewhat, but we're still total queenside here. And now he fianchettos the bishop. I hear rumbling upstairs. I hope it's not a disaster happening. Knight h6, and then they both castle. So they've got their kings tucked into safety. And now Euwe, one more pawn move, a4. Now, at this point, Tartakower and Dumont comment on the game, and they said, really, truly, the advantage is just white. There's no question. Those queenside pawns, so powerful, just gives white the advantage. I mean, the imbalance, the Silman imbalance, of course, is space. And they're just going to go to town. This knight can hop up here real quick, and this bishop has a beautiful fianchetto supporting the queen side. The queen's over here. It's quite a setup with these pawns. Lots and lots of pawns, and they're powerful. That's what makes this game such a delight to look at. And then they both place their rook on the E. Bishop comes to f5, so the development is hurrying along here. Bishop to a3, target. Hit the queen. Now, I've had this, what Alekhine experiences, happen in some of my online games. And it's no fun, but it does happen eventually. Some people will find a way to target your queen, and they will be relentless. And that's good, because it keeps you off balance. I speak, unfortunately, from really good experience. On that score, yeah. c5. Here come the pawns. Now, Alekhine comes to d8. He centralized both his rooks, which is extremely powerful. Knight g5. Very interesting move. Bishop f6, hit the knight. But it's not, I mean, I've said before in other videos, when you see the hints with the knight coming up either to g4 or g5, you're looking at a kingside attack. Not when it's just a single piece like that. This is not a kingside attack by Euwe. He is simply repositioning his knight. Yeah? Let's watch, because the other pieces are not scurrying all over to the queen's kingside, I mean. Euwe's playing the queenside without doubt. So this is a maneuver to get the knight to e4. A much better post, where in the center, the advantage, like Silman says in his book, The Amateur's Mind, when you're dealing with knights, when he's talking about the difference between knights and bishops, a knight in the center is more powerful for this reason. Well, two reasons. One, it influences more squares, of course, than if he's on the edge, on the rim. But a knight can hop onto either wing really quick from the center. And this is what we're going to see. The knight is very nimble in a position with a lot of pawns. The bishops are far more limited because the pawns clog their diagonals. And so the knights like these kinds of positions. So let's just keep watching what happens. Alekhine bumps back to g7. Here come the queens connecting his rooks. Now it's Alekhine's turn, knight g4. He's going to reposition his lovely steed. Here comes those pawns. b6, target. Oh, the poor lady. She has to back up one more time. And now c6. The pair of pawns marching up the queenside in tandem against Alekhine. Watch, because you're never going to see this again in an Alekhine game. Only Euwe could pull something like this off. This is just staggering. This is impressive. Wow. This is something else. So B does take C. You had better take it, buddy. You really have to take it. And now the queen takes the A pawn, and it's all Euwe, and it's all queenside, man. Wow. Wow. I mean, really. And now Alekhine repositions his knight, hoping to keep track of this queenside, because Euwe is just way out of control here. Someone has to calm this guy down. Queen to D2. Coming back, and then Alekhine says, okay, hold on, I've got this. I've got this. I can cover the queenside here. My queen is going to take care of these nasty little marching fellows in one way or another. And so queen A6 and now A5. What stands out in this game as well is how well coordinated Euwe's pieces and pawns worked together. Really nice. The queen gave support to the pawns at the right time. The bishop gave support to the pawns at the right time. It's just delightful. And Alekhine can't quite seem to coordinate much of anything, which he did correct later. In his later game. I mean, it's amazing he couldn't in this game, but Alekhine became one of the greatest of masters of combination chess. This game, he just could not put two and two together. And it shows you even the greatest can fail with some of the most basic stuff in chess. So there's hope for us all. We all win, and we all lose, and we're all still awesome anyway. Right? Yeah, baby. So A5, and now knight takes D3. He did take the central pawn. He's trying to coordinate a queen with the rook, or the knight, I'm sorry, and the bishop with the knight and the pawn, but that's not the pawn of consequence. That really didn't, Euwe said, yeah, I have the pawn, I don't care about that. Look where Euwe's putting his knight. See, just a quick boom, 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 alignment, realignment, blam, and he's over here ready to help those pawns go on in, and he's got a target again. So Alekhine takes the knight. Yes, that makes beautiful sense. It really does. And the bishop takes the knight. And now it's the bishop's turn to help the pawns in. Queen comes to B5. And bishop takes E7. He gets a central pawn. Good coordination of the rook on the open file with the bishop. Good coordination of the queen with the pawn. Good coordination of the rook with the pawn. Good coordination with the pawn with the pawn. Euwe just has put together a screaming queenside here. This is really impressive. Rook D to C, and target. And so he has to move out of the way because he was a target. And now bishop F1. Target. Again. And so Alekhine comes queen to B3. You notice how you just get the impression that as Euwe was able to manipulate his pieces, he was able to advance tandem pawns now. It was the B and C, and now it's the A and B, but he's still got tandem pawns on the queen side, and they're passed. They're passed pawns, man. And he's just coordinated it better than Alekhine did. It is just impressive here. He kept targeting him, and he continues to target him, again supported by the bishop, which is supported by the rook, which is supported by the queen. Wow. This is truly wonderful to see if you're an Euwe fan, which I am, and it's horrifying to see if you're an Alexander Alekhine fan, which I am, but it's also instructive. It's just so interesting how the center, it really never was fought for in this game, which is an anomaly, I must confess. The pillars of the Rooks on Open Files work, and the pillar of targets work like crazy, with the idea of look how Euwe was able to improve his position as he kept targeting the big pieces of Alekhine who never could put a coordination together. Remarkable. Absolutely remarkable. Queen to d5, finally, and he says, holy cow, let me hide and rest behind my own pawns here. And Euwe goes plunk, target, and rook goes to b8, and then Euwe goes to a6. At this point, I don't have this game that I'm aware of except in Tartakower and Dumont, and at this point they say, and white wins. I don't know what that means. I don't know if Alekhine resigned or if Euwe went ahead and beat him and checkmated him. I'm not quite sure. But at this point, we see Euwe definitely has the winning position, but the text says he won. So that is a unique game among chess games. I'm here to tell you that. I've never quite seen Alekhine outplayed like that. So this was quite fun to do. There's your chess video. I will kick out more Bobby Fischer chess videos. They're coming up right now. I really did something stupider and dumber than ridiculously idiotic just a little while ago. Hang on and I'll show you. Just so you know I'm not kidding. Maybe. Oh yeah. Yeah, this just torqued my britches. It torqued my britches. I wrote the game down, right? And to save paper, I did one of Fischer's games on one side and then the other game on the other side, right? Well, my pen, my silly ink pen, ran out of ink, right? So I grabbed one of these stupid Sharpie markers, one of these black, you can't see it, but it's a dumb thing, Sharpie marker, and I finished writing the game down, and it's in that wet black marker ink. And the dumb stuff seeps through the other side, and I can't read the game. I spent all that time writing down this game with Fischer versus Popel in a great King's Indian attack. And then on the other side, I had Fischer versus Popovich in a King's Indian attack. And it ruined it for both of them, so I have to redo these. And so anyway, the hazards of being a backyard professor, chess instruction, sort of journeyman guru, sort of wannabe grandmaster that'll never make it, but he's having so much fun he can't stop making videos kind of trick. So, I will put together more Bobby Fischer chess videos. In the meantime, remember, hey, no joke. I got something kind of cool to share with you. This weekend, I heard the Unitarian Universalist preacher give a great sermon here in my hometown. And it was on the purpose of life. And we're all going, okay, here we go. All right, what is it? Tell us the secret. And her sermon was awesome, man. It was the best sermon I've ever heard. It was absolutely beautiful. And the purpose of life is two things. Find joy for ourselves. And then share joy and help others find the joy in their lives. And I thought, yeah, that is right. That is great. I find tremendous joy in studying this magnificent game, this art, this thing we call chess. I love playing it. I love looking through the old games, and I find great joy in sharing what I'm learning with all of you. And I find joy in your comments, in your reactions, in your criticisms. I find great joy in the Backyard Professor fan club of chess on Chess. And it is just a ball. But I'm here to tell you something. Really. Work the magic in your lives. Just as sure as rooks belong on open files. I've told you that in dozens of videos. I have told you that works. Period. Yeah? You have told me in your comments, dude, I'm putting my rooks on open files. And I'm starting to win chess. It works. It does work. The magic of beginning to win chess is with a start of the 3 pillars. And then we'll advance from here. And I'm getting ready to advance from here because of the Bobby Fischer games. I've got a lot more information to put into there. But just as surely as rooks on open files work, finding joy and then helping others find their joy works. You want magic in your life? Just do it. Do it. Now you have to do this sincerely. Really, truly. I told 10 people today. I walked right up to them and looked at them. I said, hey, have I told you you're awesome today? And some of them laughed. Oh, no. And I say, you're awesome today. Mean it. If you've ever studied our physiology, man, if you've ever studied how our brain works or how this magnificent heart of ours works, all of the miles of veins in our body, how the lungs work with oxygen and carbon dioxide and all that jazz, how it inhales and exhales, it is mind-boggling. You really are awesome. And so is everyone else. You want magic in your lives? Yeah? You want magic in your chest, don't you? Did I lie to you when I said control the center? Put your rooks on open files and use those files to get to your enemy, opponent. Look for targets, and when you start doing that, you begin to win. Hundreds of you have said that works. I've got a challenge for you. The Backyard Professor Challenge. Find joy in your life and then help others find it. I told 10 people today, you're awesome. I'm going to challenge every one of you guys, all 3 of you. All 3 of my viewers. Go ahead and outdo me. Make it a regular habit and a pattern to let others know you see something really good about them. Gosh, that's a beautiful dress you have on, Cindy. Hey, nice watch, Ralph. Good haircut, you know. But be sincere, from the heart. And watch the magic start flowing into your life. It's incredible. I am so not kidding. You see me laughing all the time, don't you? I have people who hate my guts because I'm too happy, which absolutely makes my year. It's the craziest thing ever. You're not supposed to be that damn happy, you jerk. Find the joy and share it. And pretty soon, you'll find that just like you're starting to win in chess, you're starting to win in life in ways you can't even imagine. I am so not kidding. So anyway, I'm not trying to get preachy. I'm just saying, it's so fun. It really is. Just try it. I gave you a challenge. Now do it. I gave you a challenge. Improve your chess. Start using your rooks properly. All right, I'll give you another challenge. In life, you want to start winning in life? Share the joy. It's a hoot. I'm not kidding. Anyway, enough. All right, let's get back to reality. Oh, wait a minute. I finished. Okay, in the meantime, remember, be good, do well, have fun, drink lots of water, get lots of sleep, and realize, really, you really are awesome. I'm not kidding. And everybody else is too. Really. Begin to recognize that. All right. Thanks for watching my video. I will see all of you in the next Backyard Professor Chess video. And that's no joke. Whoopee! Oh boy, shut up and turn it off, dude. We've had it with you.